Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Devvestavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidusura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Let us chant from verse number 59. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param drushtva nivartate yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratisthita dhyayato vishayan pumsaha Sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha krodhat bhavati sammohaha sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha buddhinashat pranashyati. Answering the question raised by Arjuna as to what are the characteristics of a Sthitaprajna, a realized person. So Bhagavan says his main characteristic is he firmly abides in the self. Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. As a result of this, so many things are seen in his life. What is that? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. And therefore, he is free from all kinds of desires, worldly desires. Because the purpose of all desires is happiness. That happiness he gains in the self. So there is desirelessness. But how does that desirelessness express itself? Dukkheshu anudignamanaha sukheshu vigataspruhaha. When sorrows come, he is unaffected by it. When joys come, he doesn't crave for it. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. He is free from all kinds of negative emotions. Sarvatra anabhisneha. He doesn't get stuck to anything. Whatever comes, he is free from all kinds of attachments. So how is his nature? His nature is like that of a turtle, a tortoise. How easily it withdraws, effortlessly it withdraws its limbs into its shell. So effortlessly, this man of perfection withdraws his senses from the sense objects. Complete mastery over the senses. Now the instructions are given for the sadhakas. How to become such a person? Where to start? So the starting point is control over the senses. Grossest level we have to begin. Then we have to slowly go towards the subtle levels of personality. So grossest level is control over the senses. So when we control the senses, when we control our sense organs, what is the problem we will face? Rasavarjam. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah. Fine, Vishayas are not there, sense objects are not there. You are not in contact with the sense objects, fine. But Rasavarjam. Mind will crave for these sense objects because habits are there, vasanas are there. It will not keep quiet. But don't worry, param drishtva nivartate. Once the mind starts tasting the higher joys, the higher joy of devotion, of contemplation, of meditation, they are all the higher joys, the sattvic joys. Once the mind gets experienced, gets a taste of the sattvic joys, all the rajasic joys will be left behind. But then a seeker has to be very careful. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitah indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manah. These indriyas, they are just waiting. Because the moment you control your sense organs, it will revolt. It is in a state of suppression. A suppressed sense organ will not keep quiet. It will revolt. Pramathini, it will churn you, create turbulence in you. And then prasabham, by force, manaha haranti, it will take away the mind. So beware. But Bhagavan, will you please explain how that process happens in detail? How the sense organs forces a person. He is vipaschitaha, wise, well-learned, knowledgeable, yatataha, striving also, and has attained to some degree of level, some perfection also he has attained. He is a sadhaka, a very good sadhaka. Even he has to be careful. But Bhagavan, how is it possible? A person who has attained that kind of wisdom, how can he fall? He must be careful because his intellect is to a great extent mature. Listen, this is the way fall can happen. Dhyayato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati samoha. Tuck, 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 it falls. A ball falling through the ladder. So this is the ladder of fall. We all must know this. How we fail in life, fall in life. So what is the first one? Vishaya Dhyanam. So I am sitting quietly, maybe at the seat of meditation. I sat there with a good intention of meditating on God. But then what comes? A particular Vishaya comes, a sense object comes. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangaha Teshu Upajayate. Then comes Sangha. But then we also saw yesterday what are the intermediate stage. Just when an object is seen, immediately Sangha will not come. Then what happens? Vishaya Dhyanam is the first one. You think of the object, then you think of your indulgence with that object. Vishaya Bhoga Dhyanam comes next. Now these are all happening at a very fast rate. So we are not even able to detect it. That's why slowly we are going. When that object is seen, you remember your past indulgence with that object. Vishaya Bhogam, immediately you remember. And when you remember that Vishaya Bhogam, automatically what comes? Vishaya Bhoga Sukham also comes. Last time when I indulged, it gave me joy. Joy. At present we are talking only of joy. It can be the other one also. But then the cycle breaks. If it had given you pain, matter is over there. No more dhyanam happens, no more sangam happens. Sangam, attachment, like comes only when it has given you sukham. If it has given you dukkham, maybe it may take the path of dvesha, but at present we will discuss only the raga part. So, then what happens? You remember that pleasure which that object has given. So naturally there is an attachment because it has given a joy. Mind gets attached to anything which gives joy. You can't prevent mind from getting attached to a thing, being or situation which gives joy. So sangha happens. Now this sangha is a mild sangha. In attachment also there are gradations. You can call it preference. Mild like. That is called a sangha. But that mild like, mild attachment slowly, gradually takes the form of kama, intense craving. So from sangha to kama, something happens. Because of which that mild like becomes intense craving. Now what is the difference between these two? When there is a mild like, you are still in control. When there is a mild preference, you are still in control because intellect is even now bright. Though it has become little dull because of that desire, but still intellect is ruling you. And therefore, wisdom is still present. But then what happens with this sukham, with this sangam? Again you go back and in the mind you rerun the process of indulgence. You imagine, is it true? Because the intellect is telling that there is no joy in it, don't go for it. But the mind has tasted that joy. The mind said, no, there is joy. So there is a tug of war between intellect and mind when that sangam happens. Because according to your understanding, I should not indulge in it. That is what intellect says. But the mind says, no, I want it. So therefore you once again go through that process. Is this object really having joy? That is why you go back again to that process of indulgence. Then when you again imagine that interaction with that sense object, again that sangha becomes strong. Now again the intellect has become dull. So what is happening to the intellect? Sammoha, smriti vibhramaha, buddhinashaha. These three things are happening at the intellect level. Every time I go through that process of indulgence in the mind, sangha is increasing, and what is happening to buddhi? Moha is increasing, smriti vibhrama is increasing, and then buddhinasha is increasing. So sammoha is increasing means what? The intellect is becoming slowly paralyzed. As sangha intensifies to become kama, something is happening to buddhi. Remember, the whole discussion is about prajna. The discussion is about Sthitaprajna. So therefore that is why this prajna is the real treasure. How even a vipaschita, wise person, becomes a two-legged animal. This is the process. He is wise, he has knowledge, he has everything, he has experienced everything. But how that great treasure of knowledge is slowly coming down. So first comes sammoha. Sammoha means what? Intellectual paralysis. Intellect getting jammed. What happens when that intellect gets jammed? The expression of sammoha is smriti, vibhrama and buddhinasha. Expression of delusion is two. Intellect is no more able to access its past stored information and wisdom. It had studied, all the knowledge of the scripture is there, but now smriti vibhrama is happening. Meaning what? Inability to access the past stored wisdom. Why is it unable? Because it is paralyzed. Moha is creating that vibhrama. Are you able to follow? Once it is paralyzed, my own hand doesn't listen to me. In the same way, once paralysis happens at the intellect level, my own intellect is not able to gather the information which I have in the past. So now what is my condition? Mind is saying this object is having joy. Intellect is not able to say that this is not having joy. Why? Because the past is cut off. Now the intellect is not able to strictly tell mind, no, this is pain. It cannot. Because now it is not able to access the past. Intellect is able to win over the mind only through its strength of conviction, its ability to discriminate. So buddhi nasha also happens. It is not able to see what is right and what is wrong. As the intellect attains that paralytic state, it is not able to even think what is right, what is wrong. It is not able to decide. And once intellect is not able to decide, who will rule us? Mind will say, fine, this object is giving happiness. What do you say? Intellect says, I have no say. If you think it is giving happiness and it is free from all troubles, disadvantages, defects, then go ahead. This paralyzed intellect gives the green signal to the mind. Actually, what is intellect doing now? It is just influenced by the mind, and now, see, without the sanction of the intellect, mind cannot decide. Mind cannot decide anything. It's what you call the signing authority is intellect. Only when the intellect says go ahead, the whole BMI and senses will go ahead. So now the intellect has no say because it is cut off from its wisdom. It doesn't know how to decide. So it just decides in favor of the mind. Then what happens? Buddhi nashat pranashyati. Pranashyati means what? Pranashyati means we end up doing what we are not supposed to do. We end up speaking what we are not supposed to speak. So end result is what? After that indulgence, the desire is fulfilled. Everything comes back to normal state. The pressure is relieved. At that time again intellect becomes brilliant. Why? Because now karma is not there. Desires have been fulfilled. Mind is quietened. Now the intellect becomes bright, and this intellect says, what have you done? Intense guilt. And you say, how did I do it? I had taken a vow that I will not do this. How did I end up doing this? What happened to me? There is an intense guilt. There is an intense conscience prick. That is called as pranashyati. Nasham. From the highest standpoint, pranashyati means what? You give up that infinite self, you become the individual self, function through the BMI into the world of OET. That is called as nasham, destruction. You give up Brahma Bhava and become Jiva Bhava. That is a destruction at the spiritual level. But the destruction happen at different levels. For a sadhaka who is at the Jiva Bhava also there is a destruction. What is the destruction there? Because he has not reached Brahma Bhava, so therefore the question of losing Brahma Bhava doesn't exist. He was never there in the first place. Then what did he lose? Lot of things he loses. Every time we indulge, what is happening to the mind? It is becoming stronger. What is becoming to the intellect? it is becoming weaker. What is happening to the vasanas? It becomes stronger. So every fall strengthens the ignorance in us, strengthens the vasanas in us. There's a price. So, pranashyati. Pranashyati. So now, what happens to the other level? So now, this is where Sangha turns to Kama. So what is the cycle? Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha, Sangasteshu Pajayate, Sangha Sanjayate Kamaha. Once Kama is done, if you get the sense object, Pranashyati. But from Sangha to Kama, what happens to brain is Sammoha, Smriti Vibhrama, Buddhi Nasha, then comes Kama, then comes Nasha, Sarva Nasha. This is a sequence. Now, suppose Kama is there, intense desire to indulge is there, and somebody comes. So naturally the question is, if somebody comes, now the Kama is broken, will still we go through the same thing? Yes. Now what happens? That Smriti Vibhrama, again the intellect gets paralyzed with what? Krodha. The very same Kama becomes Krodha, anger. Then again the same sequence. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, smriti vibhrama, buddhinasha. But now it is towards whom? Towards the obstacle of my desired object. The path is the same. Whether you are addicted by Kama or whether you are addicted by Krodha, one thing is for sure, your buddhi is gone. And the sequence in which buddhi goes is sammoha, smriti vibhrama, buddhinasha. Whether it is Kama or whether it is Krodha, the path is the same. So all the destruction happens because buddhi is gone. So therefore, what should a wise person do? If you truly value your buddhi, your intellect, that Vishaya Dhyanam time itself you have to be careful. Because after that, you will have no control. From Vishaya Dhyanam comes Sangha. That Sangha agitates the mind. There is a desire for the object. At that time, you are at your best. After that, every time you go through that process, intellect gets clouded, becomes weak, paralyzed, there is no more scope. So what is being said is, any level of your sadhana is in no way guarantees your safety. All our knowledge is in the intellect. If there is a scope for the intellect to get paralyzed, this person cannot do anything. At any level, a person can fall. This is the point. And the mistake we do is Vishaya Dhyanam. On the other hand, so now a true seeker, what he should do? So let us chant verse number 64. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu Vishayanindriyaischaran Atmavashyirvidheyatma Prasadamadigaccati Ragadvesha viyuktaistu Vishayanindriyaischaran Atmavashyirvidheyatma Prasadamadigaccati. Next one also is a continuity, so we can chant that also. Prasade sarva dukkhanam हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते. Yes. On the other hand, an alert, vigilant seeker, what does he do? Vishayan charan api prasadam adhigacchati. So ragadvesha viyuktaihi tu. Tu means on the other hand. So first the ladder of fall is mentioned. After the ladder of fall comes ladder of rise. So tu means on the other hand. On the other hand, this person, who is he? Vidheyatma. Vidheyatma means all his mind, senses, intellect under his control. A man of control. He is a seeker, but he lives a diligent life. What is the nature of his sense organs? Atmavashyehi indriyehi. The sense organs which are Atmavashyehi, in his control. And what is the state of his mind? Ragadvesha viyuktaihi. Mind is free from ragadvesha. Sense organs are in his control. Mind is free from ragadvesha. In this way, Vishayan charan. He is moving amidst sense objects. He is living in this world. He is not escaping from the world. Such a person, prasadam adhigacchati. Such a person attains prasadam. Prasadam means what? That peaceful state of mind. Prasadam. Peaceful, cheerful state of mind is called prasadam. So he lives an intelligent life, cautious life. So here Atmavashya means what? In the world, everything is there. Good things are there, bad things are there. So what things we should expose our senses to? Only good things. That is the meaning Atmavashyehi. There are places, things which will pollute the mind. Don't go there. Atmavashyehi. I have nothing to do with such places, such people, such surroundings. Anything which doesn't help me evolve spiritually, avoid it. Atmavashya. Bhadram karnebhi shrunuyama bhadram pashyema akshabhi yajatra. O Lord, may I hear only what is auspicious. May I see only what is auspicious. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum Cheto bhaja sridharam Panidvandva samarchaya chuta katha Shrotradvayam tvam shrunu Krishnam lokayalochana hare Gacchangri yugmalayam Jigraghrana mukunda pada tulasi Murdhanna madhokshajam. It comes in Mukunda mala. Jihve, O tongue, kirtaya Keshavam muraripum. O tongue, chant the name of the Lord. So this is called the right employment of the sense organs. Tongue is not a problem. If it's chanting Bhagavan's name, then tongue becomes a blessing. Jikhve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhajasri dharam. Thoughts in the mind, not a problem. Think of God. Pani dvandva, O hands of mine. Samarchaya, do archana of the Lord. Panidvanda samarchaya achyuta katha shrotradvayam tvam shrunu. O 2 ears of mine. Ears are not a problem. Listen to the katha of the Lord, which brings in devotion. Krishnam lokaya lochana dvayahare. O eyes, look at the beautiful form of the Lord. Gachangri yugmalayam, O legs of mine, go to Tirtha Kshetras, temples of the Lord where Bhagavan is worshipped. Jigra grana mukunda pada tulasim, O nose, enjoy the fragrance of tulasi which is offered at the feet of the Lord. O head of mine, bow down to the Lord. The point is, make use of the sense organs to cultivate devotion for the Lord. So this is called as Atma Vashir Vidheyatma. Sense organs properly employed in the right place. Sense organs are never a problem. But when you employ the sense organs in the wrong place, it is a problem. Don't allow the sense organs to take in something which pollutes the mind. Let there be a filter. Filter it. Anything which enters the sanctum sanctorum of our heart should be filtered. Not everything should be allowed to get into the heart, get into the mind. Now, there are situations where it cannot be a temple and all that. Amidst our own professional field, family field, what will you do? Raga dvesha vivuktai. In places where you have no choice, which is not very spiritual, but there are places where you have to go, professional field, family field, environment may not be spiritual. There what should be the attitude? Raga dvesha viyuktai. Free from raga dvesha, interact with things being situation. So raga dvesha viyuktaihi atma vashyehi indriyaihi. Don't have any raga dvesha towards anyone. Have attachment only to God. Then raga dvesha will not be there. When God is forgotten, things, beings and situation will create raga dvesha. In this way, if you live, then what will happen? Prasadam adhigacchati. The whole day, if it is lived in this way, mind will be peaceful. You will very clearly see that mind is a very peaceful mind, cheerful mind. The price you have to pay is discipline. Discipline with respect to interaction, discipline with respect to emotion. Prasadam adhigacchati. Then what is the benefit of this prasadam? Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate. Asya sarva dukkhanam hanihi jayate upajayate. When we have a peaceful mind, cheerful mind, that mind will be free from all negative emotions. Sarva dukkhanam hani. Such a mind, healthy mind, peaceful mind, free from all negative emotions. What is the benefit of having such a mind? Prasanna chetasaha ashu buddhihi pari avatishthate. Only when you have such a peaceful mind, this mind has something to do with the intellect. They are connected. What is the connection between mind and intellect? Both are thoughts. This is the connection. It is not two different entities. Thoughts directed towards emotions or doubts are called as mind. Thoughts in decision making, directed towards decision making, is called as intellect. That's all. Both are thoughts only. So when your mind is peaceful, your intellect also is peaceful. In short, your antakarana is peaceful. The inner equipment is peaceful. And intellect has something to do with such a peaceful mind. Intellect is bright and brilliant when it is peaceful. And this is what we need. What is the most important thing? That person fell from the ladder. Why? Because he lost his intellect. Got his intellect paralyzed. So intellect has to be protected. If intellect is protected, everything is fine. If intellect is paralyzed, gone. All compromises from the higher values is because of intellectual paralysis. I knew it, but still I did the wrong thing. I know it, I have studied it, I am convinced of it, but what happened? I don't know why I did it. You did it because intellect got paralyzed. Buddhi paryavatishtate. In such a person's heart, intellect is pariavatishtate, firm, steady. Avatishtate means what? Steady. There is sthirata of intellect. The glory of a Sthitaprajna is his intellect is established, firm, unwavering. So this is a process of gaining an unwavering intellect. What is the process? While transacting with the world, beware. Don't do it with ragadvesha. Don't expose yourself to polluting environments, disturbing environments. If this much you do, whole day you have protected your mind from getting polluted. Such a peaceful mind becomes very helpful at the seat of meditation. And Bhagavan says, Ashu, a term is used. This has to be done every day. Very soon a time comes when steadiness of the intellect becomes a habit. It is not one day job. It is a lifetime process. It is a lifetime process. Slowly, 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 over a period of time. Mind also becomes purer and purer, purer and purer, free from likes and dislikes. Intellect also becomes steadier and steadier, stronger and stronger. Then after that, everything is fine. But if this is not done, once again the ladder of fall is mentioned. Verse number 66. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutas sukham nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutas sukham. Ayuktasya buddhihi nasti ayuktasya bhavana nasti Ayuktasya shantihi nasti, ayuktasya sukham nasti. Who is ayukta? Unintegrated person, disintegrated person. That is called as ayukta. Who is a disintegrated person? Lives a licentious life, sensuous life, completely extroverted life. Who rules him? Sense organs rule him. Just the opposite of yukta. In yukta purusha, sense organs are ruled by the mind. Mind is ruled by the intellect. Intellect is tuned to the Supreme Self. This is yukta purusha lakshana. The lower readily under the control of the higher. This is yukta purusha. He will have no problem. Buddhi paryavatishtate. He is safe, protected. What about this person? Ayukta. So for such an ayukta person, what is his condition of his intellect? Nasti buddhihi. There is no buddhi only. Why? He never cultivated it. See, you have to cultivate it. How do you cultivate buddhi? How do you cultivate intellect? Cultivate means making it strong. When you exercise your intellect, it becomes strong. When do you exercise your intellect? When the mind says, I love something which is wrong, intellect must say, I am not going to do it. That is how intellect is strengthened. In this world there are rights and wrongs. Something is right, but I don't like it. Intellect must say, nothing doing, you are going to do it. Something is wrong, but I love doing it. Intellect must say, nothing doing, you are not going to do it. This is how buddhi is cultivated. Discipline. Spiritual life is a life of discipline. Whether others are watching or not, it's a different matter. I know that something is wrong. Don't do it. The more and more I live this way, buddhi becomes strong. But what about this ayukta person? I like it. I will do it. He doesn't even ask this question. Whatever I like, I'll do. Whatever I don't like, I don't do. So when you are pampering your child, oh beta, you don't like this, then don't eat. I will give you what you like. Chips you like, okay, chips I will give you. Chocolate you like, okay, chocolate I will give you. I am a good mother, you see. The child is very happy with me, you see. What are you doing? You are killing your child. Because you are helping the child grow its mind, not the intellect. Not mind also. That child will create headache for you after some time. You see? This should be the training given to ourselves and training given to people who are under us. Whatever is right, I may not like it, but I will do it. Yes, there is pain involved. No problem. There is suffering involved. No problem. I will just do it. To the extent you live this way, to that extent, intellect becomes strong. And that intellect becomes a great blessing for me. It's a great blessing. Whosoever has an intellect which is bright and brilliant, he is the most fortunate person. Even in hell, he is protected. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva vipuratmanaha. My mind, my own inner instrument is my friend. My own inner instrument is my enemy. So this person has lived, ayuktaha means what? Completely sensuous, indisciplined, extroverted life. For such a person, buddhi itself is not there. Na buddhi rasti. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. So since intellect is not there, will he be able to meditate now? Nachayuktasya bhavana. Here bhavana means meditation. So at the seat of meditation, what will he find? So this is the way we have to understand how strong our intellect is. At the seat of meditation, what is happening? At the seat of meditation, this person's mind will run everywhere. At the seat of meditation, what are we supposed to do? Yato nischarati manaschanchalam asthiram tatas tato niyamyetat atmanyeva vasham nayet. Whenever the mind wanders, mind will wander. It is chanchalam. Shaneru parimet buddhya dhruti gruhitaya. The mind will wander. With the buddhi, you have to bring back the mind and place it in the self. When the mind wanders, what should the intellect do? Pull back the mind from the sense objects. Withdraw the mind. Place it in the self. If the intellect has to pull the mind towards itself, who has to be stronger? Mind or intellect? There you are. A tug of war will happen between mind and intellect. If that person's mind is filled with likes and dislikes, what will happen in the tug of war between intellect and mind? Mind will carry the intellect. That is called as wandering mind. That's why it is said, ayuktasya bhavana nasti. What meditation will you do? You will sit and think so many things. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan. Swamiji, guided meditation, Swamiji, guided meditation. Must do Swamiji. Guided meditation, okay, sit down. Yeah. Oh. Before mind is available for guidance, it has gone somewhere. Gone. It is not available. You see. Disciplined life is essential. Spiritual life is nothing but disciplined life. Life of discipline. And life of discipline, whether we are living a disciplined life or undisciplined life, it is proved at the seat of meditation, in your own inner instrument. In your own heart, in that battle between Pandavas and Kauravas, see who is winning. Pandava is the intellect, Kaurava is mind. Who is winning? Ask yourself this question. Ayuktasya bhavana nasti. So we can give certificate to ourselves. How good is my buddhi? Who is strong in me? Mind or intellect? When you have a very strong intellect, as the mind wanders, intellect is aware that the mind is wandering. Number two, intellect has the power to withdraw the mind. Mind meekly comes. You know how this dog trainers? Hey Bunty, sit down! Bunty sits down. Bunty, lie down! Bunty lies down. Bunty, handshake. Shake hand. You see? You want such a dog or not? Yes. You know the amount of training that dog has gone through? In the same way the mind should be. Like that Bunty. Hey, where are you going? Come here. Bunty should come. Don't go there. Now for the next half an hour, your job is meditate on self. You understand? Yes. Nachayuktasya bhavana. You see? Living a life based on likes and dislikes, no meditation is possible. For such a person, nacha abhavayataha shantihi. So what is his condition in meditation? Mind is wandering in 1,000 different places. Restless. No shanti. Ashanti, that restless state of mind. What peace will such a mind have? Not only at the seat of meditation, everywhere. Mind just wanders licentiously, because that is the training I have given to the mind. Whatever the mind likes, I give. Oh beta, you like this? Go. Mind is nothing but our child only, no? His fellow wanders. Such a person who has so much of restlessness in the mind, where is the question of peace? And therefore, ashantasya kutaha sukham. What is happiness? Peace of mind is happiness. Shanti is sukham. Peace of mind is happiness. His mind is running in 1,000 different places. Kutaha sukham. How can he ever be happy? See. That is why living a disciplined life is essential. To the extent we discipline ourselves, to that extent all these things will be very clear to us. These are all the inner secrets happening in our heart. So, can a sensuous, extroverted, immoral person ever be happy? What does it mean? What does this verse mean? An indisciplined person, immoral person, corrupt person can never be happy. This is the thing. Because happiness, what is the definition of happiness? Peace of mind is happiness. Wandering mind is misery. This is the definition of happiness. Understand first the definition of happiness. What is happiness? So therefore, in this direction our life must be. So even when we are interacting with the world, understand, I am good to the world for myself. I am not doing some great charity to the world by being good. It is for myself. Atmanastu mokshaya jagat hitaya cha. Atmanastu mokshartham jagat hitaya cha. Win-win situation. When I am good to the world is benefited. More than the world, I am benefited. Because I am preparing an intellect in me which becomes fit for higher meditation. This is the education we have to give to the children. They are all character building education. Be truthful in life. Be straightforward in life. Your son may ask, why should I be? Everybody is corrupt. You should do it for your own sake. Because you will be the greatest beneficiary when you are living a clean life, good life. Because peace is given only to the pure-hearted. In this, God is very, very, very impartial. Those who deserve it, get it. Those who don't deserve, they will not get. You see. More of it we will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।